Oh, good evening, church. Thanks for joining us this evening. Hope you're all staying safe in this difficult time, but also utilising the time to be with your family and get to know each other a bit better and get to know yourself a bit better and spending that quiet time with God. I think it's a unique opportunity we've got, and I pray we all come out of it better than where we went into it. Tonight I wanted to talk about hope. I want to talk about hope in Jesus, but also what hope means in Christ and how that looks. Hope, you see, in the world is a wish. Hope in the world is, I hope I get this job. I hope this person likes me. I hope I don't offend somebody. All those things come from a place of, an unfulfilled desire, but you have no one to give that provision to you. Hope in Christ is something different. Hope in Christ is something that aligns with a provider. Hope in Christ comes from a place of trust. If we don't trust God, we don't have hope. The reason being is because when we trust in God, we know that He wants the best outcome for us. Not necessarily what we want, but what He knows we need. Jesus' actions with that, Jesus' actions in the Bible, they were signs to breed hope for us. When Jesus went and performed miracles, it was to show what the Father's nature was, so then we could have hope, knowing that the Father wants the best for His children. Jesus went performing miracles, showing acts of mercy, forgiveness, love, and in doing that, He showed us the Father's true heart. The act of the healing wasn't necessarily to heal the person, it was to demonstrate the Father's intention for us, to build trust. Building trust, and in that it breeds hope. Hope, if what we think we need, is not necessarily hope. They're just desires. Hope is knowing that the Father will always know what's right for us. Jesus' miracles, they were hope builders. That's what built people up. That's what people seen, and then they believed, and they knew what the Father's nature was. The traits of the first church in Acts, when you look at the first church in Acts, they sold all their possessions, they suffered persecution, they had patience, they loved each other. All these things stemmed and were birthed out of the hope in Jesus Christ, based on the miracles He performed and the signs that He showed them, the love that He showed them, His resurrection. All these things bred hope because they trusted in what Jesus knew and what His intention was for them. Hope doesn't necessarily equal prosperity or things in the material flesh. Our hope in Christ doesn't manifest itself in nice things, doesn't manifest itself necessarily in comfort. For some people it does. Sometimes God blesses people in different ways, but that's not what hope is for. Hope is for looking to God to make us better. If you look at the fruits of the Spirit, when you have joy, contentment, thanksgiving, going to heaven when we die, they're the things that hope is built on. God doesn't necessarily, I've heard once said, God doesn't necessarily make life better, He makes you better. And that's what hope is. Knowing that He knows what's best for us in the long run. He knows what's best for us, and He's going to make us better people for it. If that means we finish our lives as paupers, but are spiritually fulfilled, and that's the best outcome for us at that time, so be it. Or if He decides that we finish our life blessed abundantly in the material, but are spiritually fulfilled, so be it. He knows what's best for us, and we need to put that trust in Him in everything that we do. The revelation of God the Father and His nature is also the revelation of our identity in Him. Our identity in Him is His children, and He wants what's best for His children always, and we trust that. God doesn't stop. God doesn't stop in what He starts. He always finishes it, and He finished it with Jesus. No matter how hard it was for Him to watch what His Son went through, He fulfilled that, and He will always finish a good work, and He'll finish a good work in you, and He'll finish a good work in me. Hope is the fruit of eternal trust in God. Hope is the fruit of eternal trust in our God and knowing that He knows what is good for us. So I'll just finish with saying, church, that hope takes effort, it takes faith, it takes trust, it takes pressing in. It's not making a wish in your prayer and hoping God fulfills it. It's resting in the trust and contentment of who He is as our Father and knowing that He knows what's best for us and going about our lives with faith in His wanting for our well-being. Bless you, church. I hope to see you really soon.